Hey y'all, how you doing? I'm hanging in. Been a warmer day today than the past week and a half, so good for that. Thankfully. Got 6 more days until my ultrasound, so less than a week to get through to hopefully figure out what the hell is going on with the mass inside my abdomen. I was able to talk to my oldest over the weekend, and then talked to my youngest last night for almost an hour, so that was good. Being able to talk to them always helps me stay grounded and take my mind off everything. So, you know, they are my rocks that keep me grounded. Yeah, I read something a couple weeks ago that said that a mother's voice will always help de-stress children and help calm them down. And the reverse is also very, very true, because my kids automatically have a de-stressing effect on me every time, every single time. And you know, where my mind always can go to the absolute darkest place, they can help bring me back from that edge and help me continue to see the more positive in things and hope for the best. So, yeah, it's only been 3 weeks of a fucking year, but as my son said, yeah, it's been a fucking year so far, but I'm getting all the bad shit out of the way so far, and hopefully we'll end the year on a good note. So that's the way my sons are, and the goddess love them for being able to think that, because God knows my mind doesn't go that way. My mind is like, yeah, this is the way the year's starting. How the fuck's it gonna end, you know? So, I've been doing everything I can to just maintain and keep from spiraling down that abyss. Yeah. And that's hard for me. Yeah, it's been really fucking cold, and whereas I probably need to go out and get a few things, I haven't wanted to because it's too goddamn cold and I don't want to go out. So I've just stayed at home, stayed in bed under a ton of blankets and just making do with what I have. Because I don't want to go out into the cold. So, you know, I've been just staying under covers and playing on the Xbox or playing games on my phone, and just that gives me way too much time in my head. But I'm also spending, you know, as much time on social media that I can. And I mean, I'm not popular, you know. I in high school, I was not a popular person. I had my friends, that was fine. And, you know, on Facebook, I think I got maybe 100 friends, maybe a few more. And that's fine. Most of them are people I've known from high school. A lot of them are family. And that's cool with me. I don't care how many people I have. But the friends I have are people that are tried and true, that I can, you know, contact anytime and will just be there for me. And they know they can do the same. You know, with YouTube, man, I joined YouTube, I think, I don't know, 2009. But I never really did anything with it until 2021, really, when I got my first tarantula and started posting videos about that. And that's when I started getting more subscribers. When I started posting more videos, and when I started getting more and more tarantulas and started posting, you know, the feeding videos, the informative videos, you know, me handling them. And then, I don't know, I guess about a year later is when I made my second YouTube channel. And that one is strictly for videos dealing with my life, my stories of growing up with the abuse my stories of living with the abusive men, with the stories of what I've lived through, with the health tragedies that I've gone through. My original YouTube channel, I think I have 336 subscribers. And for a nobody from Max Meadows, Virginia and Southwest Virginia, that's I feel like a fucking superstar. My second account, I think I've got 7 subscribers, maybe 6, and I'm fine with that. I feel honored that I have that many people that watch my videos. And then I guess it's been maybe a year and a half at the most since I got on TikTok. And just within the past month, maybe 2 weeks, I hit 101 followers on TikTok. And for me, that's huge. You know, when I first started on there, if I got 10 views on my whatever I posted, I was overjoyed. Now, a lot of what I post usually gets between 200 to 400 views. Some of the things I post gets upwards of 2,000 views. One of the items I posted ended up getting almost 7,000 views, which I was fucking floored. Absolutely floored. So, you know, like I said, for a nobody in bumfuck Western Virginia, I am honored that I get all of that. I really do feel that way. And that brings me a lot of joy, knowing that what I post, whether it be on YouTube, either of my channels, or TikTok, inspires or brings enjoyment to somebody. So that has really helped me, not just since the beginning of the year, but since I've been doing it. It has really helped me not only just connect with people, but even if nobody even watches what I post, being able to make the videos, say whatever I make on my secondary YouTube channel about what I go through or what I've gone through, you know, in domestic violence and my health issues. You know, making the videos of those has been very cathartic for me. And just being able to get it out of me and put it out there has helped me a lot. I have a very hard time journaling and writing things down, which, you know, Jasmine and I, my counselor, you know, she's big on wanting me to journal things, and I have problems with that, which she and I have talked about. But for some reason, I'm able to actually talk about it a little bit easier. So making the videos has been a lot more helpful than writing it down. And I think the reason I find it easier to make the videos is if I can talk about it and explain what I've been through, and that I'm still here, I'm still surviving, I'm still trying to thrive and trying to smile and trying to have a good life even after the horrific things I've been through. And if someone watches that and finds the will to go on, then I have helped that person, and that gives me a purpose, if you will. It helps me to know that I've helped somebody. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not this year. Maybe, you know, 3 years from now, somebody will come across that video and say, wow, she made it through and she's doing good. I can get through this too. And then, you know, I haven't survived in vain. So I think that's why I find it a little easier to be able to make the videos rather than just writing it down on paper. So you know, with TikTok, I do try at least once a day to post something. You know, usually it's just a picture with, you know, music that I find goes with it pretty well to be inspirational. And hopefully somebody can find it uplifting. And hopefully it touches somebody's heart. So if it does, then I've achieved my goal for the day. What I've really been doing this week is just, I got my Amazon Echo reset up, and I've been playing my music and playing games. And I tell you, music, when you think back, music can really just take you to a time and place, and you can you can remember everything about that time and place. When I was a teenager, my mom, she watched Days of Our Lives religiously. Of course, it was the 80s. We had VCRs, and Mom worked, so she always recorded it. And when she got home from work, she would watch it, and normally I would watch it with her. So, of course, I was invested in it, too. And, you know, you couldn't really... There was no way for you to look up songs back then. You know, you either knew what it was or you didn't. And if it wasn't mainstream, you were clueless. And this was... Oh, God, it was early to mid-80s. And we were watching an episode. And one of the main characters, his name was Abe Carver, I think. He was a police officer. And his younger brother was also a police officer. And they were getting ready to go into a building for, you know, after a bad guy. And there was music playing. And of course, at the time, I had no clue who was singing it or what the song was. But it was hauntingly sad to me. And as that music was playing, Abe's younger brother, his name was Theo, went into the building. The building blew up. Theo was thrown backwards, and, you know, he was shredded to pieces by shrapnel, and he died. And that song never left me. And for the longest time, I never knew what that song was, ever. It took about I want to say about 8 years for me to finally figure out what it was. Turned out it was Phil Collins. And the song was Long, Long Way to Go. If you've never heard it, give a listen. It is a hauntingly sad song, like I said. And I still love that song to this day. But every time I hear it, it takes me back to watching that episode of Days of Our Lives and remembering everything that happened during that episode. And that it took me that long to know who sang it and what that song was. Because we didn't have the internet. We didn't have a magical library to look up what it was and be able to type in, you know, a few lines of the lyrics to have it come up and say, this is what it is. Like we do now. And it stayed in my mind for all those years. until I was able to finally figure it out. And I mean, there's different songs that do that for me. And every time I hear the song Thank You by Dido, it takes me back to the year 2000 when I was living out here with my kids. And I was talking with Tim through the internet and over the phone. And I would, every time I would be talking to him on a cell phone, it would seem like every time we would be talking, that song would come on while we were talking. It just seemed it never failed. Every time we'd be talking, that song would be on. It just never failed. And it just, I mean, there's just those songs. Ain't No Sunshine. My youngest son's father, Sean, he plays guitar. He used to play that for me. Play it and sing it for me on his guitar. I mean, those songs can just take you back. And those are just memories you can cherish. I'm trying right now so hard to find those good memories I can think of to keep that abyss away from me. I am scared to death right now. And I'm fighting it hard. I am fighting it so hard. And it's not easy. Not easy at all. But I am fighting. I am not giving up, and I never will. But I am scared. I am gonna go ahead and end this now. I really thank you for watching. I hope you have a good night. And I really appreciate you all very much. Have a great night, and I love you.